we can also see something called as a function inside a function. Okay. So what do you mean by function inside a function? So yesterday what we did, we had one function and wherever we wanted, we called it. Now you can write multiple functions and you can call one function inside another function. Now if you take this example over here, so in this function, if you see my script, there is first function called number1, okay, and then there is one more function called number2. So the only thing which is going to get called is number1 here. Now when you call number1, whatever the content is there for this function, it will execute. So this way, in the number1, what we have given, what is that we have in number1? So first there is one echo statement which says this is the first function. After that, what is that I'm doing? I'm calling a function. This at this location, it will call this second function. So this way, now you are calling first function, and while the first function is running, it is going to call the second function. Okay, got it? And this is how you can write multiple functions and you can call from one another. Okay, so let's try to run this and see. Okay, now if I have to give permission, so what is happening? You can see we are actually calling the first function, and when it is calling, it will execute the first line, and as soon as that is there, the next line within the first function, we are calling the second function. So at this line, it will replace whatever the content you have in the second function. That's where it is replacing it here, and it is getting called. And once it is done, what will it do? It will return back to the statement where it was invoked. So where was it called? Here. So it is coming up. After this, is there anything else? Nothing. So it is coming out of the script. Okay. Remember, you can also call a function inside a function. Okay. That way, you can also pass parameters. Now everything will be specific to. Okay. Now, for example, here, if I say parameter 1, parameter 2. Now, if I'm reading it here, then what will happen? Here, let me say echo. Let's say parameter 1 equal to $1. Okay. Then I'll give a space. Then I'll say parameter 2 equal to $. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is here I'll pass the value. In this, I will do the reverse. Okay. And now in this function, if I want to read, once again it will be $1 and $2. So that will be specific to this function. The same thing if I do here, see the difference what it is going to give. Okay. So let's try running it. See, so whatever I first passed, that will be stored as $1. But if I am passing that again another function, in this function, whatever you are passing first will become the $1, and it is specific to this function. That way, whatever the values that you are passing will be specific to that function. Okay, and not only that, I was talking about something called scope of variables, right? Let's try to understand the scope of the variable. Now, taking the same example here, if I say a variable called a, let me say it as 10. Okay. Now, before calling the function, let me say echo a equal to $a. Okay. Now, the same thing. I don't want these. I'll just remove for some time. So I'll say echo a equal to $a. Then same thing we'll say here also, a equal to $a. Right. Now let's call this and see whether the value of a is same. So what is happening? Everywhere it is same. So what you have to understand now is your whole script itself is acting as a function. It's called as main function. Okay, it's not written, but we call it as main function. So your entire script itself is acting as one main function. That way, when you are calling your script, what is getting called? The main function, and whatever is available under that, it is getting called. This way, if you define a variable on your function, that will be available throughout the function. Okay, so that way anything you define in the main function, it will be always available to all the other functions. But if you give anything within a specific function, it will be available only in that function. That way, now if I say here a equal to 20, and here if I say a equal to 30, then see what will be the value. So here I will say a equal to 30, a equal to 20, and now after calling the function, I will say once again a equal to $a. So now what will happen? Okay. So first what happened? We had a, and I called echo a 10. After that, it is calling first function. As soon as it is going inside the function, what is the value of a? 20. And I just printing 20 now. Fine. But as soon as it comes back here, what is the value of a? 30. But here, if you see, it is taking local, and the last value, what is happening once it coming out, I'm again printing a. So what is happening? It is overwriting the existing one. Got it? This is what I had done, right? The example. So what is happening? It is trying to override because it is a global variable. So that is the reason it is trying to set everything global. Now, if you set a variable within a function, that is the first definition, then its scope will be only within that. Okay, so that's the reason it's always better for every function use a separate variable, and that will be available only within that function. Okay, getting it? Now, why did I talk about this test? Now, in the same way, we will be using it for some other purpose. So remember for now, so that anything that you are using will be specific to that function. Now, when you are writing a script, there might be many scenarios where you want to pass some value to the user or to the script during runtime. You are running a script during runtime, it is going to ask you some value. So how will you make that? So this is where there is a command or function called as read. So read followed by the variable name. What will script do is it will exactly stop at that line, and it will ask you to enter some value. But by default, it will not ask you. The screen will be blinking. That means you have to enter some value. As soon as you type some value and enter, the value that you are passing will be stored into the variable whatever you are. Okay, so I'll show you this example. So here, what is happening? I'm just trying to print. What is it? Echo. Hello. I'm just a message. After that, what I'm doing? I'm doing read and a variable. So this way, whatever that you enter will be stored into a variable name called var name. That I can use it anytime later. Okay. See this? You can see what happened. As soon as it executed this line, when it is executing read, it just stopped. It is asking us to enter a value. So whatever I enter here, and I have to press the enter button, then what will happen? It will complete it, and that value will be stored into the variable. And this is reason it is trying to print whatever that I have given with the variable. Okay, got it? Getting it? So this is how you can ask the user to enter a value, because there are some times where you have to write a script. You will ask the user, you want to proceed, or is there something that you keep based on that you can write some function. Okay. Now, in this case, if you run it, it is not asking you anything. It's just, kind of stuck. You feel it is stuck, but actually it is waiting for the input. So this is where, when you are running a script, when you are using read, you can use -p. So -p means what? It will try to give you the user print message. Like how in Jenkins, if you remember, we gave some message, right? So that was printing. So that way, now in this, if I say this, the difference, if you see, I'm not just reading it, but I'm saying -p and some message. So that way, it will print that message, and after that message, it will be asking, so that I can know, okay, it is trying to ask me some value. Okay, getting it? So let's try this. You can see. So exactly, it is stopping here, so that now I will know, oh, it is asking me to enter some username, or I can make this little more easy for me to understand. Okay, then I can say this way, for example, instead of telling this, I can directly say enter your username. Now what will happen? It will exactly ask. So now I'll know what I have to ask. Okay, that it will take. So remember, if you want to just read, you can ask by just saying read and the variable. The same thing if I say what? -p, and it will ask us to put it up. Okay. Now, getting this read function. Now try to write a simple script where, okay, listen to what I'm saying. Write a simple script where you should try to take average. Okay. Now, ask the user to pass value. Okay. So now you should write the script so that it will ask the user to enter number. So when you are entering number, you should be going on as long as you want. So when I say stop, it should not take. For example, I will ask, please enter the number. I will enter. Then it should ask, do you want me to continue? Okay, if I say yes, then it should go ahead and ask, enter number. After I enter a number, it should ask, do you want to continue? Again, if I say yes, it should again go and call me, do you enter a number. This way, every time if I say yes, it should ask me to enter. And when I say no, what it should do, whatever it has captured, it should just say, after when I say no, it should say, okay, these are the values that you have taken. So it should just directly say the average of all the values that you have entered is this much. It should just, how can I do that? Get what I'm saying? You should first now write a script which will just ask me enter a value. If I enter, it should ask, do you want to continue? If I say Y or yes, it should continue. And when it is continuing, it should ask me to enter the value. But now, if I say no, whatever the values I have given, it should take that sum divided by the total number, and then what it should do? It should just print me. So that, see, if I say no, it should just print me saying averages. So what and all I can do for this? Okay, but I want to again read it, right? Right, right. So you need to use the condition read. All those things what we have seen so far, right? Right. I'm not talking. I'm waiting for the answer.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
But I thought that I am not able to hear.
I asked everyone to write a program. Waiting for the answer.
What program?
I just gave a problem and I asked everyone to do that. Write it up.
Eh, Adam, is there is any base name command is there? Because I'm going through Google today some script, so where there I find the base name. Is there any command?
Yes. Base name will
Oh,
give you the base folder from where you are running it. So if you run base name, it will give you this folder where it is currently running. Here, if you can see the screen, say base name, so they give you the folder which you are referring to. It will be the last one.
actually, what they are doing, right? Base name, and they are passing the file name to take the backup. So base name and $1 they are passing the from as the argument. So
See, base name will just try to split the value and it will give you the last folder name, whatever it is, or the file. So in this case, if you give base name will give you, so it depends on what value you give, and it will be giving you only that.
oh, okay.
If, for example, if I say base name, then this, so it will give you only this. If I remove this, it will give you the last value. Typically, the last folder of the file is what the base name.
Okay, last folder of the path, right?
Yes, folder or file, whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Stick. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
Adam, could you check some variable? You are adding the expression dollar sum plus dollar answer. Is that right?
Problem. Someone is talking. That's it. So that I want you to correct, but I want you guys to write it.
Adam, I checked today some script, bash file script, right? In that, if a statement is not terminated by the semicolon,
I didn't get. What is it?
see, we are using the if statement, right? Like dollar answer equal to y, then semicolon, right? After the bracket.
Where?
But I see so many scripts, right? There we didn't use the semicolon in the bash file.
I didn't get it. What is it? Here?
No. This if dollar answer bracket dollar answer equal to y after read, after read. Yeah, this line. This we are putting semicolon, right?
Yes. Yes, tell me.
My question here is today I seen some in the Google some script bash shell script. So where I see that if there is no semicolon.
It's okay. That's another way of writing. No one. First, you need to be familiar with at least any one of the format. There are different ways of writing it. I don't even have
Okay,
to say all these things then. So this is because if I'm writing both of them in one line, I have to separate it using colon. So this typically means that then if you have seen in that how they would have written the same example, if you are not seeing semicolon, then they should have written something like this. If the semicolon is not there, then you will see the
correct,
then.
correct. I seen that.
Because if you put semicolon here, it means second line or the line next to it, I'm adding it to the same line. So I'm just
Okay,
avoiding one. That's
okay, got it. Thank you. But your voice is breaking today. I don't know.
I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Anyone? 20. Anyone? No? Okay. This is just one of the way to write. Okay, you can do it in different way. It's not necessary that you have to do. So what was that my need? My requirement is I should be asking to enter yes, and only if I say yes, I should ask for a value, and then I should proceed further. If I say no, I should not do anything. This is where first what I'm doing, I'm taking sum as 0. There is a value called count as 0, and answer is 1. This is because I'm using while loop. Instead of using this, if you use until, then what will happen? Until answer is no, it will be doing it. That is another way of using until. So since I am using while, only if the condition matches, it will go inside. So that's the reason I'm first creating a variable. I'm just checking for the first time. So it's up to your need to change it. So first time condition will match. It will go inside. It will ask me, do you want me to continue? Okay. Then if I say yes, what will it do? It will go ahead and run. So now if I say yes, next I'm trying to read that, and then whatever I'm passing it, I'm trying to store it into a variable. So this is where second time it will ask me enter a number only if I have told yes. If I have told no, what will happen? It will not do anything. It will come to the next iteration. In that iteration, function will fail, so it will not go inside. So only when I say yes, it will come to this condition. In this condition, it will ask for a value. Whatever you are giving, I'm just adding it to the sum. Same time, I'm adding it to the count. Okay. So like this, as long as you want, if you say yes, it will take it. Then it will again come. Condition is true. It will once again come here, take the value, and once it is done, it will be going. The same thing now. If I say no, this condition doesn't match, so it will not go here, but it will come back. Condition fails. So finally, when it comes here, now I'm doing some condition. The condition is what will happen if I have just entered one value and the second time I'm saying I don't want to continue. Then there will be total one value. So can you find out the average of one value? So that is where I'm doing a condition here which says if count is less than 2, then print unique values. If not, you do the average. So now watch this. So first it is asking me. So if I say yes, condition matches, it will then ask me to enter a value. Now again it is asking me. If I say yes, it is going to ask me a value. And again it is asking. So if I say no, it will just come out, check for the condition. See this? So this is how you can do. But there is one problem in the script is first time itself it is asking me whether you want to continue, which is wrong. First time it should not ask me, right? Only from the second time it should ask. So how can I do that? First time it should not ask me. Then see whatever it is I'm saying, it is printing here. This is what is running. When I first come inside, I don't want me to ask this. I want directly to go inside. How it will go if I give this here? So when should I want to execute this? I should execute it only if it is from second value, not from the first value. So how can I skip that? So I just say if $count what is equal to 0. That is first time, right? If it is equal to 0, what should I do? It should not ask me this, or I should do the reverse. If it is not equal to 0, then it should ask me to enter. If not, I don't want to do anything. So now what will happen? First time when it comes, condition is true because answer is yes. It will come here. What is count? Is count not equal to 0? No. That means this condition will fail. Anyway, it will come here. When it comes here, what is the value of answer? It's already yes. So it will go ahead and ask you to enter a number. You enter, it will add to the sum. Then it will come here, and then once again it will go up. But now when it is going up, what is count? 1. Is 1 not equal to 0? Yes. Then it will ask. So that first time it will not ask you to continue or not. Directly it will go ahead, enter your number. Then it will ask, do you want to continue? Okay. See, this time it didn't ask me, so it is asking. So if I press 1, now it is asking me, do you want me to continue? If I say no, what will happen? Say that you need at least 2 values. So it is saying 1, say yes. Again, it is asking me. Yeah, now if I say no, I have at least 2 values, so it will find out the average of that. Getting it?